Hello everyone, it's Bob Butera, Lesson 8 of the Yoga Life Summer Meditation course. This week's topic is discipline, or tapas, which means fire. When you remove the impurities from a substance, you'll often heat it, cooking it, firing it, and so forth. Well, when you're trying to remove the impurities from your own mind, the fire is thought of as consistent practice over a long period of time. Not one intense session, but a number of sessions over a long period of time. As you'll read in the lecture, the first thing to do is to understand your relationship to the concept of discipline. And I almost don't want to give you this video lecture, but have you do that exercise and then speak a little bit about discipline. But in any case, please think about your relationship to this term. Almost everyone has some sort of issue with discipline because it was forced upon you. Our parents weren't necessarily experts in how to teach discipline. School teachers, again, just tried to contain their classrooms. They didn't know the psychology of discipline. There's so many issues at play. The point that we want to bring across is that discipline is really a gift. When you do something good for yourself, it's a gift. And something like meditation that ultimately helps heal or empower you, it's a gift. But yet, we have an entire course designed to help you understand why you would resist things like discipline or facing yourself. As I mentioned, a regular practice of a short duration every day is more valuable than one long session. So 1 hour-long session in a week would be 60 minutes of meditation. I'd rather you did 5 minutes for 7 days, because during that 5 minutes you'll have a little quiet, and then you'll think about the quiet the rest of the day. Whereas that 1 hour session will only last for a day or two, and then the mind will be revved up. So it's that consistent long-term practice that we're after. We want to do a breathing exercise that's a little harder, where you suspend your breath. That requires discipline. And then a relaxation exercise where we go from head to toe with some interesting relaxation points. And lastly, we're going to do a meditation on compassion, because we want to instill the idea that discipline is really compassionate to yourself. It's compassion for us. And self-care is really valuable. In our culture, it may be thought of as being selfish, somebody who does a lot for themselves. But when you're doing a spiritual growth activity as a self-care, something like meditation, you're calming yourself so that when you do serve others or you're in relationships with others, you end up being much more effective. As I mentioned, I was going to be a little shorter on this talk because it's really about your relationship to discipline. The final point to leave you is that discipline is not needed for the half hour or the duration of whatever activity you choose to do on a regular basis. It's only needed at the start. So you don't sit in the middle of your meditation and saying, I must be disciplined, I must be disciplined. You only do that at the very beginning. Though a friend of mine once, when I was in India, an older guy, gave me a beautiful image. He said, discipline is like a switch. You turn it on, and once it's on, it stays on, and you don't have to worry about any extra effort. So that can sometimes take away the intimidation of the idea of discipline. So good luck with this lesson. It's a very important one. It'll have ramifications throughout your whole life. So have a great week.